Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we're receiving video right now from South Korea. We've got a lot of UFO videos tonight. Buckle up. Let's roll it. So you've got the Cousins brothers, my brother Brent and Blake, and we're going over incredible videos that have just come in over the past couple days. We're happy to be back and share it with you, and we want to get your thoughts and opinions in tonight's episode of the phenomenon. And we're looking at something that people said, hey, you guys right there at Third Phase Moon, you should take a look at this link, and we're adding some brightness contrast. We wanted to enhance this video once we saw it, and we're wondering if this was some kind of, I don't know, maybe CGI or hoax. But after this enhancement here, I think what we're looking at is legitimate footage. Now, the question is, well, what exactly are these two objects hovering in the sky? Hopefully we could get some answers tonight, but we want to get your opinions. But Brent, what's yours right now? Is this, again, manipulated footage or authentic in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a big question. I'm looking at this and I'm digging this as legit, and that's just saying there's no CGI, there's no AI. But the big question is, what are these two objects? Is it maybe some sort of advertisement banners that are being floated up in the sky over there in South Korea? I'm not sure, but we're looking at these translucent bubbles, and they're quite large, they're big, and then you see these kind of a cylindrical dark mass right in the middle of these things, as one kind of just turns and shows its full front right there, which is really unique. I've never seen anything like this. This is a pretty good close-ups. The enhancements right here and the contrast brings out a lot of more detail as we're looking at this thing. This thing's reflecting off the sun, and we see this, like, again, this transparent bubble with these dark cylindrical masses in the center of them. Wild.
I like the way the person who's shooting it on the ground zooms in, and everything's matching up with regards to the optics, the parallax, and the zoom feature on your cell phone, Android, whatever. Everything looks pretty good right here. But right at the very end, when I'm adding a little bit with this brightness contrast, again, I'm almost leaning that this could be some kind of advertisement banner, or two of them up in the air. I see when this rotates, you almost see some wording there. It's hard to make out, but guys, I want to get your opinions. UFOs, orbs, there's something strange. Let's get more answers, more videos. Watch this. Right, let's roll this once again. Coming out of Colombia, broad daylight sighting, the typical classic flying disc, seemingly just hovering there in the sky, and we're getting a good close-up of this. And let me take a still right there. And in my opinion, we're looking at the legitimate footage. It's just it's mind-boggling, because this thing's off at a distance. It's one of those moments that if you saw this hovering in the sky, it would be the most wildest day of your life. This is kind of unforgettable if you see anything like this with your naked eye. And this person managed to capture some intriguing footage. Brent, what do you think? Legitimate? I'm thinking it's looking like it's there.
Yeah, I'm digging this a lot. It reminds me of the old films back in the 70s, Escape from Witch Mountain, that had this classic flying saucer, and this is almost a duplicate. I'm thinking, is this thing perched up on the mountain where it's just kind of stuck on that ridge side, or is it actually hovering? That's a big question. I'm not seeing much of a parallax. There it is. Maybe it is indeed hovering just off in the distance, and we're seeing this thing probably about, I don't know, 60 feet in diameter, and it's maybe about 30 feet off the ground there, maybe 40. And this thing's just hovering there. Brazil, Colombia, just the whole South American region is just littered with these daytime UFO sightings that just blow us away right there. You see it go behind the tree line. I'm deeming this video 100% legit here.
Yeah, when I'm looking at this, and again, I agree, Brent, that it'd be too hard to manipulate to put this in the background and rotoscope and mask and do all that. We're looking at something that's up there, and I'm not sure if this object is stationary in the sky, and the person walking from right to left creates this parallax effect. But once again, let's just get I think this was about the clearest point of the video that I could grab a still, and I'm not seeing any foundation there. If that were like some kind of home built like a kind of a disc shaped home or whatever, a UFO home, I don't think so. I don't think this location, if you went back there the next day, and hopefully we could find out that this object, or if this were a home up on the hill, it would be there. I think whatever we're looking at seems to be like it's hovering there. But then again, there's this parallax effect. Brent?
Yeah, again, I'm looking at it, and yeah, this thing is hovering. It's not there perched on the mountain, and I agree, you wouldn't see this the next day. It's no home. What we're looking at is a flying saucer, legit, right on camera, showcasing on Third Phase of Moon. Give us a big thumbs up. This is the stuff that makes you wonder, are we alone? Where are these things coming from? It just blows me away. Here's that still. You got the classic top and then the saucer at the bottom. We don't see any, string holding this up. This thing's off in the distance. It's quite large, and it got this person's attention.
Yeah, what's the means of propulsion? That's we need some of this in our lives, guys. All right, we've got more videos. Let's just bring it up. Watch this. Right, once again, we have an object in the sky, and I think this was captured in, I think it was Colombia, and we're receiving this, and it's in the archive of Third Phase Moon, and we wanted to go back and see some of the cool submissions from people around the world before even AI even existed. No question, we're looking at something that, again, displays propulsion of unknown origin, and we really get a good, kind of a decent look at this. And again, we don't see any prop propeller blades. This is not your typical drone. Look at this. It has that, again, disc shaped, it's just like a hockey puck up there almost.
Yeah, this is good, clear. You can see it move from left to right without any kind of weird motion. It seems like it's just going in a straight line. No means of propulsion, no propellers, not even any landing gear. This thing, like you said, looks like a hockey puck, and look at it just screaming right there through the sky. And this is legitimate stuff. More UFOs, just and watch this.
Yeah, it's pretty far off in the distance. If you look right there next to the cloud layer, just right there to the right, you kind of see it. And it was submitted to us, and we're like, what am I looking at? I'm not really actually seeing anything there. Like, if you look really close, there's something up there just right there hovering next to the clouds. And we're going to get a good close-up of it right now. The original to the right in the blown-up visual enhanced video, so I could get a good look at whatever this thing was, and it displays unusual activity. Just watch this closely here. All right, this is interesting. Did you see how this object up there, again, it's hard to see there, but after the enhancements, you see this thing pivot and it moves in a particular way that seems that there's intelligence behind its system of flight. Is this some kind of new surveillance drone? Because again, it doesn't look like a drone. It's really up there. It's high. There's no sound coming from it, according to the witness. And what we're looking at, it's really bizarre. And the enhancements kind of just shows it. And once we pull that up once again, there's these particular movements that catch my eye.
Wow, look at this. We're seeing it rotate, and it kind of shows the full body at that moment. We see just this object as it rotates and it stands perfectly still, and then it seems to activate once again and it create its motion. There it goes. You see it. Wow, this is incredible. It's so far off, but we're getting a close enough detail. Look at that thing. It just stopped in midair. This is incredible footage. Guys, we're just getting started right here at Third Phase Moon. Smash that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Here we go. Let's roll the next one.
Okay, we're going to get a close-up look. This video was captured in Israel. Again, another Third Phase Moon archive video that we wanted to pull up to look at, again, something that's unexplained. We're getting a good close-up as I blow it up about 200%. It's a little shaky, but this thing, it just has this characteristic that it's not like a hot air balloon. It looks like these spherical metallic orbs, these UFOs that have been seen recently. Again, right there off the mountainside in the middle of the desert, Israel, where somebody reached out and just said, hey, take a look at what we got. This is really cool broad daylight footage.
Yeah, you can see it looks like the road's a little rough. He's having a hard time catching this on film, but he does, and it's straight there, right in center frame. And we see this thing. Maybe is this a UFO tilted on its axis, and we're just seeing the flat end of it. We have heard that UFOs do fly at this tilted range. So right now, it's hard to tell what it is. Could it be military? Could it be something otherworldly? We just don't know. But here we go again. More videos right here at Third Phase Moon. We're just getting started. Buckle up, everybody.
Yeah, the people that are driving at night, and I say if you see a UFO, just start filming, and here's one of those cases. And some people are going to say that this is the TR3B. I like this one a lot because everything just is in the symmetry that, in my opinion, we're looking at some kind of triangular craft. It's one craft, not three separate lights. And then it just kind of dimmed out. And again, this is incredible footage that we're looking at here. We're going to get a close-up, guys. Take a look at right. There's two lights, and then there might be some trees in the background. I'm not exactly sure. And then at this point, it gets really interesting. Yeah, an incredible display here. And again, I'm kind of scratching my head exactly what these lights are. Let's see, that one just pops out, but then again, it seems like it's shooting through trees in the darkness. You can't actually make out the terrain, but at this point, look at how they're just locked in and in their way of a solid object. The TR3B doing an incredible maneuver here.
Yeah, I see that. It is moving. We see these kind of rotations. If it is indeed one craft, it's amazing. But I'm leaning towards these maybe being three separate crafts. But it kind of does these really interesting maneuvers. Right there, you see that one just go left and that one pops up. Let's see, the one on the bottom right there, picks up and moves. So I'm not sure. These could be individual orbs dancing around, creating this display of this guy driving at night. Let's look at this again. Whatever I'm looking at, I know it's legit. and I'm believing there's no AI, no CGI. I'm thinking we're looking at something real. But is it one craft? And if it's not, if it's some sort of, I'm ruling out drone display, because drones don't move like this, just in a, this kind of fashion.
Guys, we want to get your opinions in this live premiere, and we're here with you in the chat. And again, this is the crucial part, that just as everything locks in, it just seems like everything's locked in with regards to it's a craft. It almost seems solid to me. Guys, what's your thoughts? Again, it's very interesting. I don't know. Good stuff here. More videos into Third Phase Moon. A very similar sighting. Watch this. So again, more evidence of basically the same kind of display of these lights, creating this amazing capture here. Whatever we're looking at is still unexplained. These aren't drones, in my opinion. It's just, look at this thing. There's three lights, and then they almost form into one. Or is it taking off and getting closer to the camera with the zoom? Or I don't know. I don't see any FAA lights on this thing. But just how spectacular. Look at this rotation. Once again, these lights interlocking in and out and creating this triangular formation, and just being caught by these people driving at night and having their cameras out. And again, if you're driving and you see a UFO, be careful. But if you see it, I don't know, take out the phone and film it, guys. Just be safe and watch out. You could get a ticket. Don't blame Third Phase of Moon.
That's good. Right there, we're seeing the original shot. We're seeing these orbs kind of, again, they absorb each other right at that moment of time. And you can see it going behind the telephone poles, and the way these things are reacting. There's something up there in the sky, in my opinion. What we're looking at is legit. This is interesting. Some people might say this is some sort of drone, like we've been hearing about over New Jersey. And what about that drone story? What's up with that? Anyway, we're actually on it. We're working on a documentary with regards to the drone issue, and that mystery is still going on. Could this be the same kind of technology that's happening around our planet? We just don't know, but I really like this. The dance of lights as they kind of meld right together at that point. Pretty incredible stuff here.
So we're just going to roll these videos once again. We're going to talk to everybody in the chat because we want your opinions. That's what we're here for. We're not the experts. We're just the experts at getting the information out as fast as possible. That's what we're here for.
Now let's hear your thoughts. We want to hear your opinions, because that's what it's all about. The public is going to get, we're going to get disclosure that way. So let's hear your comments all the way through.